Welcome to Doctrine and Devotion, the podcast exploring Christian faith and practice from a Reformed Baptist perspective. My name is Joe Thorne. I'm the lead pastor of Redeemer Fellowship in St. Charles, Illinois.
And I'm Jeremy Fowler, executive pastor at Redeemer Fellowship.
Back.
Back. You'll have me?
I want you back. I always want you here.
I don't know. I heard that last episode, and you guys seem to,
You're speaking about me and Krista.
Yeah, well, here's my thing.
Yeah.
Is I like how you phrased it like, oh, Jimmy couldn't get back in time. Joey.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you I was only going to be 15 minutes late.
No, this is not what happened.
And
You're not going to make this. Nope.
I was like, it might be a half hour.
I told you could come at 6 o'clock and it would be fine. You can come whenever. We will make it work.
You said you could come, but we're going to start, and you're going to get headphone number 3.
Nope.
That's
not what I said.
You said I'm going to get mic number 3.
Nope. You've been all super butt sensitive about like if somebody's going to replace you. Nobody can replace you.
Oh,
you
really?
are my podcast wife, and I am devoted.
Except for the one person that came in 3 times in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you made it a priority instead of.
I got a job, and
Okay,
I tried to get you to help me. Manage. I'm like, here I am. Can we just move things around and have things on time?
Yeah.
My time.
Yeah,
not just
I was willing to do
My
it.
time.
I was willing to do it. I totally willing to do it. And here's the thing: it's a good thing that the first 30 minutes that we recorded that didn't work.
So I could have been here on time.
I told you could have been here on time. That was your choice to not come. You were like, I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be traveling. I'm just going to go home. Like, it's totally fine. Kristen, I got it.
So what happened? All that's true that Joe said. And I thought like, maybe I can. Maybe I could try to make it and get there. And I was like, no, I'm just not, I'm tired. And I go home and I completely forgot that Elias had wrestling.
Oh, that night.
So it was a good thing because I was like, if I had left Michelle to, not only take Elias, but to take all the kids. And I'm like, all right, that's my fault.
It's also easier, like, if I have to dip out or you have to dip out and Chris is there, that's pretty easy because she's really good on the mic.
Oh, yeah. It's not like no Steve McCoy.
If I had Steve McCoy, you'd be like, no, I'll be right there. I'll be there. Just wait.
I'm like, never mind. Forget it. We're not having Sleepy Steve on the podcast.
Oh. Man, so listen. By the way, if you haven't caught the episodes that we've done with Krista McDunn,
let's go ahead and just promote those.
Listen, we got that.
Hey guys, if you haven't caught
the
episodes I've done with Doug Logan, just go ahead and head on over to drdevotion.com, hit the search feature, look for Doug Logan, maybe a Nick Batzig one. I got some episodes out there with just Nick and I and Steve and
actually, Jimmy is actually going to offer classes on how to live in your past glory days. So if you want to sign up for that, doctrineanddevotion.com/past glory days.
No, doctrineanddevotion.com/old glory.
So listen, we got. I know we're going to get into the catechism, but we've been getting a bunch of emails, and we haven't had time to get to them. Let's try one.
Too many emails.
All right. So.
That I look at none of.
All right. So, church membership versus attendance. This is from a pastor. Pastor Chase says, hey, I'd appreciate your input on a question pertaining to membership. As a pastor, I struggle with the degree to which I'm accountable for the souls of the non-members of my church, those who attend regularly, are involved in discipleship, giving, etc., but who have not covenanted as members. Am I spiritually responsible for attenders in the same way as for members? Is it fair to say that, on Judgment Day, I will give an account primarily for the members with whom I've been entrusted as pastor, or will I be accountable for attenders as well? He cites Hebrews 13:7.
Hi, hold on. What's this guy's name?
Chase.
I'm looking this up because I smell a rat.
What?
Let's see here.
You want his last name?
No, I found it here. Hold on.
Okay.
What church you from, bruh? Where you at?
You're so suspicious, bro.
You know why? It's because for the last 3 weeks, there has been this conversation going about between myself and a non-member. Regarding this specifically.
I can guess who that is.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so I'm like, let's just go ahead and check out who this
I think
Chase individual is.
I think his name would have been more fun if it was from your guy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. So let's just say this. This is every pastor's experience, all the elders in every church experience this. You're always going to have, not always. Hopefully you have more people in attendance than are just members. You want more people being there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a sign of reaching out to the community, right? We want to see non-believers we want people to come and know Christ.
And I don't think it's a good idea for like even solid Christians to come and after 1 week go, I'm joining and join. Maybe a little bit of investigation, and hopefully you have a class, you can walk them through all that
those people
stuff.
that come in like a fire, like a firecracker.
Okay, talk about it, Jimmy.
Those are the people I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
Those are the people like, ugh.
Now, have you just always had that sense that was a sign, or did you learn from experience that after seeing it unfold a number of times?
Oh, I have seen it unfold a number of times.
Most okay, not all of them, but I would say more than 50%. I'm being super kind.
So I was doing Young Life, right?
Yeah.
And I had these, this is where I learned it. Had these people come in like a firecracker. Like they were just excited, move to the community. Hey, want to get involved,
Yeah.
Love
all
Jesus,
in.
all in.
Love what you're doing.
And they're like, they were hardcore, hardcore, parkour.
Parkour, yes.
Yeah. And they were into metal, and I was like, yeah, let's do this. Got him in, brought him in way too fast.
Yep.
Marriage exploded.
Yeah.
Like it went crazy. It was not just like the marriage, but like everything that came out. Like, dude was like satanic. It was like this really weird stuff. And so I learned at that point, I'm gonna go ahead and test people out for a bit first.
It takes time. Go slow.
Yeah. And we've experienced that here.
One or twice.
Where I just, sit back and go, let's just sit back a little bit.
When they came in, they were in what you could call a state of mania. And they were all in. It's very excited. And then all of a sudden, everything switched. It's also...
Someone always brings up that instance.
Yeah, well, let's just say this as well. You're also going to have people that, for one reason or another, don't or can't join. Right? They love the church, and maybe they have a difference in theology where they can't in good conscience join, but they love the church and they're not causing divisions.
Yep.
And other people just, they have a hang up, and they're like, I don't like it. I'm going to be here. I understand that there are restrictions, but I'm just going to roll with it because I'm going to do the same anywhere, and I'd rather be here, and I love you guys, and you have a relationship, like whatever. So there are situations where this is going to happen. So, Jimmy.
Joey.
Here's the question. Am I spiritually responsible for attenders in the same way as for members?
Am I spiritually responsible? I mean, we are
for
yes and no.
No. It's just there's
okay.
You answer yes or no.
No. I'm saying yes.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can because I'm
in the same way as members. This question is very specific.
Well, in some ways, yes.
In the same way.
In some ways,
that's not the question.
Okay. Well, if I'm going to say, no.
The answer is no.
Yeah.
If we're just answering that question.
If I'm just answering that question, now I want to nuance that because it comes off like we don't care about people.
Unpack it. So, in what ways are we responsible for non-members?
Well, we do want to be caring for their families. We do want to be caring for, their faith, right? We want to be encouraging them in their faith. We want to be presenting the gospel and God's word. We want to be calling them to repentance and to sanctification. We provide opportunities for them to be able to grow and to serve and to proclaim and to reach out.
Yeah, so there are a number of things that we do with and for people that are not technically members, but are certainly with us. I mean, I'm assuming here that he's talking about people that are with you, but they're not with you 100% in the way that your church wants them to be, which is full membership,
full covenant membership. Oh, and we want to provide, opportunities for fellowship.
Yeah, of course. So all of this is good. And I would say that, there is a level of responsibility that you have. They're looking to you for leadership. There is a disconnect. They're not, for whatever reason, they're not willing or able to formally join. Mm-hmm. So I think that you do have responsibility to preach, to love people, to care for people, whether they're members or not. And if they're with your people, then that sort of intensifies that. Mm-hmm. But you don't bear the same level of responsibility that you do for members, for attenders versus members, because members have made a covenant oath. They're saying, I'm committing myself to you. I want you to hold me accountable. Mm-hmm. I'm asking you to bring me under church discipline if I am hurting others in sin. I want you to, and I'm pledging to do these things that you would expect of church members. Like there is a different level of accountability built into membership that isn't there when you're not a member.
I mean, I know. Okay, I think Joe hates this analogy. Let's find out.
Awesome. I love hate. I love the analogies I hate.
The whole marriage analogy.
Well, because it's used to abuse people.
Or is it that you hate the divorce aspect of it?
Yeah.
When people say when you leave a church, you're kind of divorced.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Is that the one that you hate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I do see, like, when we talk about this covenant and this commitment to one another, I mean, oftentimes, sometimes we treat a local assembly, like the guy, like an individual, like I'm just gonna say, like the guy that tries to tell the girl, "Don't worry, baby. We can go ahead and have premarital sex because I love you, I care for you, I'm committed to you."
What's a piece of paper?
What's a piece of paper?
I'm committed to you. We're married.
We're together.
We're more married than people that got the certificate.
We're married in God's eyes.
Yeah, we're married in our hearts.
We're married in our hearts.
So let's go get married in the bed. That's the move.
What's full hearts can't stop? Oh, dang it! I can't remember. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Isn't that from Friday Night Lights?
Yes. How does it go? How
does that have anything to do with this?
I don't know. I was just thinking all I heard was hearts full. Clear eye, full heart. Can't stop. How's the phrase go?
I don't know, man.
Oh, I think that would have been a great joke if I remembered it.
Good movie, good series. Yeah.
But we kind of treat it that way. Like, what's a piece of paper?
Right.
Like, but it's essentially, sometimes we treat church like we're giving our prospective spouse a non-promise promise ring. Like, here I'm committed until either A, something better comes around, or B, you do something that upsets me in such a way that I'm not really then, my commitment level is shown for what it is, right? Now, I think there are people...
Let's just put a finer point on it.
Yeah.
So you and I both liken joining a church to marriage in that these are two people or two parties. There are people who are not family in a formal sense, becoming family through a covenant.
Yes.
In that sense, it's like marriage. After that, it gets way too wonky.
It gets way too wonky, right? It's the commitment level that we're talking about here.
Yeah, it's an expressed commitment.
Yeah.
Ratified through a blood oath.
Ratified through a blood.
That's how we do it.
That's how we do it. Just go.
Other people do it. That's why we have 5 members.
But yeah, no, and I think it's important. But see, then though, some people take it just like Joe just said, and they take that analogy, or they just take membership as a means of control and domineering.
Yeah,
and really, I mean, like spousal abuse, right? Like that sense of being able to hold it over and discipline in any way, shape, or form that they see fit, and to receive whatever benefits they feel they should be able to extract from the individual whenever they desire.
Right. Yeah. So, and again, this is why I'm understanding of and sympathetic to people who are like, oh, listen, I'm against church membership because I was abused, and I've seen church membership abused by abusive leaders. I understand where you're coming from. And we need to work out healthier ways of dealing with this, and then helping people who have actually been hurt. But I think maybe this isn't accurate to say it objectively. But in my experience, more often it's not that leaders are abusing membership; it's more that members treat membership like it really ain't a thing. Like it's not that important. Like not at our church, just in general. Like membership is like, join. It's like, it's like I'm a member at this gym. I'm a member at that club. And when I'm done, I just, go out and there's no.
You think that's what they see. So they don't see the value of what true membership is, because maybe we haven't presented.
Oftentimes.
We haven't educated and presented what true membership really should look like.
Yeah. That it should be a glorious, sober, fun, and scary, yes, because commitments are scary.
Yeah.
There was this great TikTok. You guys know Jimmy and I like to peruse the TikTok. There's this great TikTok of this lady. She's like, we get married. We don't believe in divorce. There is no divorce. There's marriage. There's no divorce. If you're bored with me, if you're annoyed with me, go to bed. We'll deal with it tomorrow. And I was like, that's actually pretty healthy. Yeah, I like that. There are grounds for just divorce, but the quickness with which people divorce, is a shame. It's sad when there's no real reason, when you can work things out. And people will leave church because, we could do a whole episode on like, listen, man, you are going to be annoyed and disappointed by any church that you spend any length of time with.
Oh, yeah.
And so, and so there will be a temptation, like maybe I could go to a different church where I won't have this annoyance. Hey, I might not.
But, how many of you had that 5-year itch?
Oh yeah.
Like, think of it, right? Like, even as members or even as regular attenders,
Even as pastors.
right? Like, everything's great. Like, everything's great year 1 and 2, Like, oh, this worship was fantastic. The preaching is so great. Love it. Everyone's so like, I'm so about this.
Yeah.
Year 4, like year 3, you're kind of like, yeah, no, this is great. I'm really vibing. Year 4, 5, it's like, he's kind of long-winded.
Yeah.
That worship is a little.
He's telling that story again.
He's telling that story.
Yeah, I've heard that story before.
Yeah, the music's a little. It's a little slow.
We sing the same songs.
Where's my Bethel?
It's interesting because when I was in Bible college, I had some really good professors say, pay attention to what they called the 7-year itch, and it depends, right? Like, but he said, look at it this way: you did 4 years in high school, then you did 4 years in college, and it was time for a transition. Then maybe you did 3 years in seminary, and then it's time for a transition. And 4 and 3, that's 7, right? So it's like, and if you did, like for us, we were in Bible college, going to go to seminary 7 years. Like as pastors, like you can feel like I've been here for a certain amount of time. It's time to transition. I've been transitioning throughout my life.
Yeah.
Throughout my life, lots of transitions, and now I'm going to stay here for 30 years. I mean, it seems a little long. So that's for everybody goes through that. And so I think it's important for us to recognize, and this is not what his email's about, but
we're riffing.
I mean, because my family annoys me, right? But there's no sense in which I'm like, well, and people do
time to pack it up.
Yeah, and pack it in.
I mean, let us begin.
So I think that we're quicker to do that with church because some of us do see it as see that covenant as not very important. So some people overemphasize it as if to leave the church, except for a very small parameter, except for a very narrow parameter of reasons. If you leave the church, you're essentially committing sin. You're divorcing yourself. We don't buy that. In fact, Jimmy and I have said, listen, if you don't like it anymore and you want to leave, talk to us. And if you want to leave, we'll let you go. Of course, it's fine. I think that's usually an immature decision, but like we're not going to Yeah,
I mean, it depends on what it is, right? Like,
right.
It depends on the reasoning behind it. But let's talk through that.
Yeah. So somebody wants to like, hey, you know what? I just don't like what this church is about, or what this church talks about is just not what's in my heart anymore. And it's like, okay, well, that's what we are about. And if you're going to leave, okay. But yeah, we talk about it, and then
the door swings both ways.
What's that mean?
You can get in, and you can also get out.
Oh, so not like Hotel California.
No. This ain't no prison.
Because you can check in.
We cannot check out.
That's right. All right. So I would say, and then on this question of like, on the great day of judgment, am I primarily going to be as a pastor? I would say this. So here's the question. I will give an account primarily for the members with whom I've been entrusted as pastor, or will I be accountable for attenders as well? I would say what Jimmy wanted to say. Yes, both of those. You are primarily accountable for the people. You're more accountable for them because you have covenanted with them.
Yeah,
and
higher degree of accountability.
Yeah,
like you're held to a higher standard.
I'm not going there.
I thought I could derail him.
But you are. Here's where that works. You're held to a higher standard because the covenant has standards listed.
Blew my mind.
Non-members are not covenanted, and so there isn't the same technical relationship. But
I just want you guys to know that was right there, beauty in action. Everyone just needs, can we all just take a break?
I don't even think people know or care what you're talking about right now.
What you just said, and you know exactly what you just said. That was really well done.
Okay. Well,
there are times, Joey, where I sit here just amazed, and I feel that 7-year
stand
itch
in the presence.
I get that 7-year itch, and I think to myself, it's time to go.
Joey ain't got nothing left to give.
And then Joey gives a gem like that.
Okay. All right. Well, I wasn't even really paying attention to what I said, but
thanks. That makes all the rest of us feel really good about ourselves.
We will be held accountable for our lives. And as a pastor, that means you're held accountable for all of your relationships with your formal members and with those who are not. You will give an account for how you interact with them. You will give an account for how you treat people. And I think we all know the temptation. There are some times when you're like, I don't want that person to join my church because they are problematic or annoying or they give me the heebie-jeebies or whatever. Like you will, if you haven't been in ministry long, you're going to experience that.
Oh, you're going to find that person. And if you don't, it's probably you.
Yeah, you're the person.
You're the person. Everyone's like, here's a heebie-jeebies.
Can we get rid of this guy? But the point is, we are held accountable. So everybody matters. The visitors, the longtime attenders who aren't members, the members, they all matter. But you have committed yourselves in a very particular sacred way. You've made an oath. Scripture is very clear. Be careful about your oaths, your covenants. Take them very seriously. And since you've made that, your members are going to get a greater degree of investment. And for sure, you are going to be held accountable for how you manage those people that have committed themselves to your care. Hey, wait a minute. What happened to the catechism? We run out of time?
Yeah, we did. We'll drop this one later.
Okay.
We'll do another one after this, and we'll do that for Monday.
All right, good.
All right. We'd love to hear your thoughts. You can follow us online on Instagram and Twitter at Doc and Diva, or on Facebook /Doctrine and Devotion. You can head to the website, doctrinedevotion.com. There you can contact us. You can send it for the email blast from the store, jofostore.com, and grab some gear. We got that fresh part every Monday and Thursday. We got blog posts and video content over at the website. And we got that all-access exclusive content. You got Banter Truth on Tuesdays, Weekday Wisdom Monday through Friday. Head on over to doctrinedevotion.com /all-access to register today. Later.